Following the recently aired season 26 finale, one of the burning questions that The Voice fans have is whether Snoop Dogg will be returning as a coach in season 27 early next year. The famed rapper instantly became a fan-favorite coach among the viewers during the recent season due to his charm and unique style of mentoring that we don't usually see in other coaches. When Snoop Dogg joined The Voice for the first time as a coach in season 23, it felt like a welcome change for the television show that has been around for a long time and is a singing competition. A completely fresh perspective was brought to the discussion by the legendary rapper and businessman, who is well known for his easygoing manner of dressing, magnetic demeanor, and profound love for music. His presence was not just a result of his expertise in music, but also of his capacity to connect with the candidates in a manner that was genuine and distinctive. Fans and competitors alike were drawn to his personable demeanor, and his sense of humor rapidly made him one of the most beloved coaches. His sense of humor was also a major factor in his success. While the show is getting ready for its 27th season, people are curious about whether or not Snoop Dogg will be returning to the red chair. There has been a great deal of conjecture over his forthcoming appearances on The Voice, and there is a good reason for this. Snoop's participation on the show has always been welcomed with excitement, but his hectic schedule, expanding commercial interests, and evolving career may create difficulties that prevent him from returning to the show after his absence. In this article, we will delve deeper into Snoop Dogg's journey on The Voice and discuss whether or not fans may anticipate him returning to the stage of the program sometime in the future. An unexpected but perfect role for Snoop Dogg in the role of a coach. A great number of viewers were taken aback when it was initially announced that Snoop Dogg will be joining The Voice as a coach for season 23. Even though Snoop is no new to the world of television and reality competition shows, the fact that he was participating as a coach on The Voice came as a bit of a surprise. His participation in a singing competition that normally focuses on pop, rock, country, and other mainstream genres looked like a bit of a reach, despite the fact that his status as a hip-hop legend, entrepreneur, and cultural icon was relatively well known. On the other hand, Snoop's inherent charisma and his talent for mentoring rapidly won over the crowd as well as the candidates during the competition. He rapidly became known for his down-to-earth approach to coaching, which contributed to his popularity among fans. His cool demeanor and hands-on coaching style made him a fan favorite. In contrast to some of the other coaches, Snoop was committed to providing his players with an atmosphere that was welcoming and open to communication. Not only was he interested in assisting participants with their vocal technique, but he also took the time to listen to their tales, gain an understanding of their histories, and provide guidance based on his own experience working in the entertainment industry. Snoop's background in music, which includes his early days as a rapper as well as his ventures into pop culture through collaborations and business, making him an ideal mentor for young artists who are wanting to build a name for themselves in the music industry. The combination of his broad understanding of the entertainment industry and his genuineness struck a chord with the individual who was competing. Differentiating himself from other coaches was Snoop's ability to teach his students with constructive criticism, while also encouraging them to be themselves. This was true regardless of whether the students were seasoned musicians or beginners. It was impossible to deny the connection that he had with his squad, and the audience were thrilled to witness the synergy that he developed with his competitors. Several reasons why the return of Snoop Dogg for season 27 is uncertain. There are a few issues that make it doubtful whether or not Snoop Dogg will return to the coaching position for season 27, despite the fact that fans would love to see him back in the chair. Snoop Dogg is an extremely busy person, which is the first and most important thing to take into consideration. Snoop is active in a wide variety of projects in addition to his career as a musician. These projects include his brand partnerships, the creation of television and films, his cannabis business, and a variety of charitable endeavors. In addition to this, he has been creating waves in the world of sports, particularly in the arena of professional football, where he is a pundit and an influential figure. It takes a significant amount of time and effort for Snoop to maintain all of his obligations, since he has developed an empire that encompasses a wide range of activities in addition to music. While there is no doubt that The Voice presents him with an exciting opportunity to engage with new talent and admirers, it also requires a big-time investment on his part. The timetable for filming The Voice may be quite demanding, as it requires a significant amount of time to be spent on set, in rehearsals, and traveling for live performances. Given the fact that Snoop Dogg has a packed schedule, it is probable that he will decide to concentrate on other endeavors during the upcoming season. This is especially true given the fact that he is continuing to develop his commercial empire. Additional factors to take into account include the possibility that Snoop Dogg would give priority to other projects that are in line with his brand. Snoop is constantly looking for new ways to grow his impact, whether it be through his cannabis business or by his participation in other television series. It is possible that the option to step away from The Voice will provide him the freedom to concentrate on these endeavors without jeopardizing his own brand or overextending himself. Influence that Snoop Dogg had on the show, as well as his legacy. The undeniable influence that Snoop Dogg had on the environment of The Voice is one of the parts of his tenure on the show that will be remembered the most during his time there. His one-of-a-kind style to coaching, along with his contagious charisma, resulted in some television shows that were very entertaining. His interactions with his team were frequently characterized by a great deal of humor and warmth, and the participants who were interested in pursuing a career in the music industry found his insights into the industry to be extremely helpful. The impact that Snoop Dogg has left behind on The Voice is not limited to his work as a coach. Rather, it is representative of the wider influence that he has had on the music business as a whole. The program was enriched with a new point of view as a result of his participation, which demonstrated that skill and mentorship are not limited to those who come from the standard pop or country music backgrounds. Although Snoop has always been a pioneer in his industry, his participation on The Voice gave him the opportunity to carry on this history by welcoming musicians from a wide variety of musical genres and backgrounds. On top of that, his effect was not limited to the field of music specifically. The fact that he was able to be himself without making any kinds of excuses sent a strong message to the other competitors. He urged them to be genuine and to celebrate their individuality, which is an essential lesson for anyone who is about to enter the very competitive world of music. The role that Snoop played as a coach on The Voice went beyond the typical instruction concerning vocal methods. He added a degree of emotional and mental mentorship that distinguished him from other coaches. Could Snoop Dogg make a comeback? What the fans should anticipate? There are a number of reasons why fans should continue to have faith that Snoop Dogg will return to The Voice in season 27, despite the fact that his next appearance on the show is uncertain. To begin, Snoop has stated his admiration for the show in a number of interviews, highlighting the fact that he takes great pleasure in collaborating with the participants and being a part of their journey. Since he has had favorable interactions with the show and its characters, it is possible that he may continue to watch it even as his calendar becomes more packed. Furthermore, The Voice has a history of bringing back coaches who have left the show in the past, which means that it is totally feasible for Snoop to return for a future season when the timing is appropriate. The second point is that the producers of the show are aware of the invaluable contribution that Snoop Dogg makes to The Voice. The fact that he is a coach produces buzz and excitement among fans, which is a direct result of the fact that his star power and influence have contributed to the popularity of the show. If there is a sufficient amount of interest in his return, it is highly probable that The Voice will make an effort to accommodate his schedule and find a method to make his participation as successful as possible. Fans will have to wait and see if Snoop Dogg will return to the show as a coach next season, which will be season 27. It is essential to keep in mind that his participation on the show was a game changer, and if he decides to return, it will likely be a highlight for the future season. This is despite the fact that there are certainly hurdles associated. Snoop Dogg's influence on The Voice is already a part of the show's heritage, and his one-of-a-kind approach to mentoring will be remembered by viewers for many years to come, regardless of whether or not he returns to the show as a coach. Whether he is working as a coach on The Voice or concentrating on his other endeavors, there is one thing that is completely certain. Snoop Dogg's influence on the entertainment industry is not yet finished. What fans should expect in The Voice Season 27. Aside from the 4 confirmed judges for the season and Daly's return as host, most of the details regarding Season 27 of The Voice are still under wraps. However, it's been confirmed that the new season will be premiering on NBC on February 3, 2025, starting with the blind auditions. Season 26 champion Sofronio Velasquez also set a high standard, so it would be interesting to see how the new season plays out and which talent will be following in his footsteps. For now, fans should look out for more news and updates regarding the next season in the coming weeks leading up to its premiere.